began touring full-time at the beginning of 2021, has since medaled at some of the biggest tournaments in PPA, including winning 3 PPA gold medals, Orange County Cup, Rocky Mountain Championship, and North Carolina. Fun fact, dual citizen of Switzerland. Please give it up from Austin, Texas, Leah Jansen. Their opponents for the Utah Black Diamonds. One of the youngest players in Major League Pickleball. She's collected 18 Open Pro medals while making deep runs through the draws on the APP Tour. If not for pickleball, she would love to be in the luxury real estate business. Residing in Riverton, Utah, please welcome Alex Trump. Her opponent needs no introduction. Former D1 tennis player at University of Utah, turned pro in 2019. Teaches both tennis and pickleball when she's not traveling on the pro tour, and wears a signature long braid on court that has earned her the nickname Rapunzel. From Orem, Utah, please welcome Callie Smith.
Game 1. Kind of the video boards, please. Thank you. Time in. 0-0.
Washington D.C. Day 4, everybody. New York Hustlers taking on the Utah Black Diamonds, looking for their first win of the tournament. Great point to start on both sides. Michelle McMahon alongside Rob Cassidy. The New York Hustlers unbeaten so far on the tournament. Yes. What a turnaround this franchise has had.
Sign out, point 1. You can't challenge or appeal to the refs. You can challenge to a video challenge only.
That's early for a challenge. The challenges have been interesting. Each team has 3 free challenges, as they call it, as they have between the match, and of course get that 1 extra during that Dream Breaker scenario. Kelly Smith, Alex Truong for the Black Diamonds.
Callie Smith goes deep again on the right side of your screen. It's Leah Jansen and Jackie Kawamoto. They have been sensational this tournament. So Utah making their tournament debut here, and tough start for the Black Diamonds. Of course, Jay DeVilliers about 60% with that ankle, certainly a factor in that. Couple of big plays from Leah Jansen. Jansen's earned a gold medal on the PPA side in April.
5-0.
To the corner goes Callie Smith. They need a little more of that to find their magic here for Utah.
1-5. Side out, point 6. 6-1. Side out, point 2.
All right, they showed up. Now we're starting to see some life with the Utah Black Diamonds.
Start time's an hour earlier than expected due to the light conditions here in D.C. We're at the Washington Tennis and Education Foundation, just on the outskirts of downtown.
7-2.
More life on the side of Utah.
3-7.
Leah Jansen, perfect point construction. That forehand on the wing has been so effective for her there on the right. Able to open up the court and create her opportunities.
Yeah, and the Utah Diamonds, Black Diamonds, as a team, they want to pick up the pace, gain momentum, you know, in this season. But we've said it before, and I've said, on behalf of myself, this is my favorite women's doubles team out here, Leah Jansen and Jackie Kawamoto. It is the team to watch, and they've been proving that in the last 2 events. So no easy task for the Utah Black Diamonds here.
Callie Smith, oh no, is called for the football on her side, but there's the firepower of Callie Smith.
That was close.
You saw your challenge now, or the referee's fault call?
Nice, we get a challenge. I like that challenge a lot.
Why?
There's a push-off footfall call. Those are a little rare, a little tougher to see. But if she dragged her foot off that kitchen line, I'm a big fan of the drag, but if she did drag her foot off the kitchen line, it would be a legal volley. So, you can take a look here.
It's hard to tell from that angle, but I think I do see that left foot touch, but now does she reestablish behind the kitchen? I don't think she does.
It's very close. We can take a look. We can slow it down. Take a peek at this foot here. I do see a drag with the potential.
I'm not sure it drags enough to reestablish, but we'll see.
I have to step away because I'm very close to the referees making the decision, so I can't necessarily give my insights at this time. Don't want to sway anything here. It's very close, but if we get to take a look at the replay from home, I do have some strong evidence for a drag off of the line, which I think might be a legal volley. If we had more of a sideline camera, we could see from the side how correctly she pulled off that line. The rear angle is a little difficult from behind. Very close nonetheless.
Yeah, Courtney Johnson was even in the mix there on the replay. It's a close call. Here's the verdict. Okay,
Hey,
there you go.
History is made, and the foot drag happens. I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want to say too much.
Well, you might want to remind people what you said yesterday who didn't catch it.
Yeah, foot fault
I believe it was 100% percentage
place.
that has never been overturned.
That's right. So history is made here at MLP. Is foot fault overturned.
It's a good challenge.
Whoa. Whoa, okay. That's pretty wild. Wild verbiage from the Utah bench. Followed up with smiles, so it's any indication of.
Jackie Kawamoto responds. Back on top by 5. Connor Pardo, Connor Ogden, two key players on the PPA side at the bench of the Utah Black Diamonds. And that is a clean, well, not so clean off the tape, but Leah Jansen finds the opening.
Wow. Distasteful stuff.
Side out, point 5. 5-10.
ATP.
Too much, Jackie Kawamoto. Left side, Leia hops over to the left.
So solid, and that's what we've grown to expect. That ATP defend is a new natural part of the game, and they take control of the point. Kawamoto Jansen.
Yeah, love the crash by Kawamoto there off the defensive play. Can't leave a sitter up for Leah Jansen on that forehand side. She's been wicked with her angles from the right.
12-5. Point. Timeout. Change ends. 13.
Yeah, you're right, Michelle. That forehand from Leia.
And New York will get to the end change first, 13-5, and Utah continues to start slow in this one. What's the challenge they're currently up against on the side of the Black Diamonds? Still looking for their first team win on the tournament.
Michelle, you've been working hard in the booth this weekend. Have you had any time to practice some pickleball out there this weekend? Or?
I have. Yesterday,
Okay.
You blew us off. We'll answer that question in just a moment, but yes, I did last night with Dave Fleming.
Nice.
And Spencer Laurent, our great producer for Pickleball TV.
Good player, too.
He's been working hard. We were just missing a fourth.
No.
Rob, where were you at?
I
We tried calling you.
I played with two. You tried calling me.
We did.
Yeah. Well, we've both been busy in the booth, and that phone battery life is not as lively as I'd like it to be.
Back to the match. What's the challenge Utah's up against right now?
Leia Jansen, Jackie Kawamoto is a dialed team. You know, I don't want to say unsolvable, but close to it, and how well they're playing. So props to them. As you know, Callie Smith, Alex Strong, still looking to kind of find their footing as a team.
13-5.
Another great point for New York.
It's not a bad idea, but as far as execution is concerned, we got to make a little more room for margin with this slow ball and this high level of play. It's going to take 1,000 shots. At least that's what's the mentality that it's going to take to get the job done. All-day mode, if you will. Okay.
Callie Smith all over the attack.
6-14.
The sinker from Leia Jansen. The forehand enforcer. Second to Jack Sock maybe on the New York Hustlers.
Side out, point 7.
And Utah originally built their team around Tyson McGuffin. That was their first selection, of course, that transaction, the only transaction we saw.
Yeah. And then
Obviously.
they went for the meme with the Tyler Loon pick.
Yeah.
Didn't read the paper.
Feathery touch inside out for Jackie Kawamoto. She's been amazing.
Absolutely. It's the type of player that you're always going to get that same player. They always show up. It's always that quality brought to the court. CJ Klinger is another one. Leah Jansen is another type of that player. And of course, so is Jack Sox. So New York Hustlers is that team.
Side out point 8. 8. 8-16.
Great setup by Leah Jansen. Jackie Kawamoto for the close.
17-9.
Oh, man.
Well played by Leah Jansen.
Utah 18-9.
Saw about just everything. Almost got herself in trouble with a pop-up chance, and Trong couldn't bury it.
If she had a little bit quicker of a reload, and by that I mean, you know, just resetting her paddle face from the previous swing, I think she would have been all over that next one.
Botanist, the official gin of Major
Timeout
League
called
Baseball.
by Utah,
You're getting a little thirsty,
and not a ton of communication here on their side, but as for the New York Hustlers, definitely a team on the rise. The results didn't speak for it in Atlanta, but of course, the first event can be tough to work out those kinks, which perhaps the Utah Black Diamonds are experiencing on the side of New York. Ownership has to be happy with the way this team is coming together.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll start with women's doubles, then move to men's doubles, and have 2 games of mixed. New this season is games to 25 and added for DC, as opposed to Atlanta is you have to win on your serve. That's caused some longer match times. It's a great way to come out of the timeout by Callie Smith. University of Utah tennis player back in college. Alex Strong, just 18 years old. A lot of firepower. Great setup by Alex Strong. Great job defensively lining up cross court against Leah Jansen. She was all over the attack.
Oh, Miss Dink action. It's getting rarer and rarer.
12-18.
Smith and Trong, don't count them out yet.
That's right.
Strong and steady, baby. Strong and steady. Let's go.
It's a 5-point game.
13-18.
Still a ways to go. Leah Jansen puts an end to that run, 19-13, the Hustlers.
Even on that point, just shifting gears a little bit. I like it.
19-13. Side out, point 14. 14-19.
How about that slide from Jackie Kawamoto to the sideline?
Shifting gears as well. Bam. Oh my goodness, that is such a crisp inside out.
And such patience and poise on the side of Jackie Kawamoto. She picks her moments so well and sets herself up
20-14.
beautifully for the ball she wants. Wide for Trong.
21-14.
Good speed up there, Leia. I like that ball.
22-14.
Leah Jansen
Side out, point 15.
takes over. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Point 23.
2 points away.
23-14.
Oh my, Jackie Kawamoto. Man, has she been impressive. Game point. All Kawamoto this point.
Anywhere she wants on the court at any given time.
She's always ready for the next ball, too. Like, doesn't matter how crispy she hits it.
Side out, point 15.
Sneaking in a missed serve, get them out of the way when
15-24.
the moment's small.
Oh, skip, jump, and a hop over the paddle of Jackie Kawamoto. Utah still has a little bit of life and a mountain to climb here. New York will have to win it on their serve, so they need to get the side out here
16-24.
ahead of that opportunity. Okay, Leah Jansen not leaving any room for hope on the side of Utah. Game point number 2.
24-16.
Too big for Jackie Kawamoto. Another point on the side of Utah.
17-24.
Another point for Utah.
Nice, and that's just about enough points to start to make New York Hustlers, you know,
18-24.
a little concerned. I wouldn't say concerned, even though I just did. Oh,
Just wide for Cali. And a game point number 3 for the Hustlers.
Now they want to finish
That
it here.
was there for the taking. Tough bounce off the tape for Callie Smith.
24-18.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a way to end it. New York takes the first, 25-18.
A nice tension-filled game point there from the New York Hustlers. Utah Black Diamonds putting up a nice last-ditch effort. Almost turned around. That would have been interesting if another side out occurred.
Well, that's the beauty of having to win on your serve, right? So here come the men. Jack Sock and CJ Klinger in the white tees against Chyler Leung, the lefty, and Jay DeVilliers in the green T-shirts. All the pressure falls on the guys, Leung and Jay DeVilliers. Jay DeVilliers, of course, was the acquisition for Tyson McGuffin, the player that they technically built this Utah Black Diamonds team around. So Connor Pardo made a little bit of money on that acquisition as well from the Orlando Squeeze.
I can't imagine.
This is a big matchup.
No, I'm
and
so
a
excited
big
for
task
this game.
against a player like Jack Sock.
Yeah, Jack Sock and CJ Klinger, right? That powerhouse duo working so well together and putting themselves on the top of the charts. Super excited for this match. We got the double lefties going on, so it'll be cross-court lefties going at it. Jack Sock, the flying Frenchman. This is going to be one for the books. So yeah, as the boys warm up.
From Granville, Ohio.
Mentioned how hard you've been working in this broadcast booth. I just want to say thank you, Michelle. It's been so fun working with you this weekend, and a shout out to Cameron Irwin and Greg Dow for their hard work on Championship Court, and of course the great Dave Fleming. So it's been a blast this week in Washington, and another fantastic day on our last day here.
August 2023, renowned for his powerful serves, formidable forehands, and athleticism.
Couldn't agree with you more, Rob. And it's always fun to cover these Major League Pickleball events.
Allowing the viewers at home to see it too.
Yes.
Getting to share the game with the world. Thank you guys for tuning in around the world. We appreciate you guys, and hope you're having a good time this morning. 9:30 on the East Coast, so what, 6:30 a.m. on the West Coast? A little pickleball with your breakfast? Don't mind if we do.
30 minutes to finish that women's doubles match up. So that's an interesting situation with how lopsided the score felt there for a little while. And now with the men's doubles, your area of expertise, you've played against most of these guys. What's your strategy alignment for Jack Sock and CJ Klinger? And on the other side, when you get a chance for Leung and DeVilliers with CJ Klinger up to serve first, we'll get your insight after this first point. Rob Cassidy.
0-0.
Tyler Loon denies Sock and Klinger.
1-0.
Oh.
And Klinger, he's been so good playing with Jack Sock, especially in this tournament, finding his groove. Big win for them yesterday against DC in men's doubles. They beat James Ignatovich and Deco Barr. It's a huge win.
That last dink from CJ Klinger was unearnable.
All the results for New York, though. Started out the tournament with a win over Carolina and Ben John's team in a drink breaker.
Yeah.
Oh. What a lob from Jack Sock. Whoa, Jay DeVilliers playing big with a speed up to Klinger, closing it on Sock. Perfect setup, took it out of the air too, and took away the time of CJ Klinger. Ernie King strikes. Tyler Loon gives Utah the advantage.
Yeah, you mentioned, the potential strategies. Tyler Loon, Jay DeVilliers, Team Vulcan actually assembled here. They got so many no-go zones in those sidelines for these guys.
Chatted with Jay this morning a bit too, asking him about that right ankle that he rolled a couple of tournaments ago, and he said he's still about 60%.
Wow.
So, considering he's out here playing on a 60% ankle is pretty
It's always
impressive.
100% heart with Jay DeVilliers. Looking pretty solid here, Utah Black Diamonds.
4-3.
Oh, Jay DeVilliers ran unbelievable angle, but just a near miss, and that's where you see maybe the ankle mobility is.
Yeah, it was very
limitation
there. You're exactly right, Michelle. I think that's a good call. Oh, yeah.
Hello, CJ Klinger.
That's going to be the best way to get to the Utah Black Diamonds sidelines is with the cross court. Doing their best to deny that, Ernie, but still playing their game. New York Hustlers.
5-4.
Oh my. Jay at that one. Klinger launching that one long. Have another look. Drive and crash. A little high. Klinger throws up the hand in apology.
The rattlesnake move doesn't work that time. No deception. Jay DeVilliers all over it. Now we're cooking. Tough miss from Jay. Got what he wanted.
Exactly what he wanted. Lefties across the board in this matchup. All four hands in the middle. Changes the targets. Ernie threat on both sides. What's the biggest thing you feel being out on the court when you have an Ernie presence like a Tyler Loon out there?
Yeah, Klinger. The biggest thing is, you know, the danger around this straight up down the line dink, because it's just a beautiful little setup for your opponent to tee off on it. And so the only way to really get to that sideline is with a cross court from your partner per se, or to mix it in when they're potentially out of position. Better smash that ball to oblivion, looking for a new one.
Oh, Tyler Loon gets involved in the hands battle.
And that's just a little flex of experience there. Tyler Loon, veteran of the game, handles that with ease. So much purpose on that last ball. Too good.
Go ahead and crash the middle. I've got you beat. Another big play for Utah to tie it at 8. Jack sock effects. Full attack mode on both sides.
Really like that. Wow. Klinger is no longer a boy. He's a man out there. That drop shot was so good, the way he took the kitchen line, forcing the Utah Black Diamonds to dink with Jack Sock. They don't want a piece of this kid.
I'm a real boy. Is that from Pinocchio?
Yes.
Wow, that is just so good and so patient for Jack Sock, who's usually antsy to get the hands battle going.
Yeah, like to make the adjustments that quick, Jack Sock just, all right, you guys want to dink with me? Fine. Here's what the result's going to be.
Feathers
that's
it
what you're
down
gonna
the
go.
line on the backhand. It's not easy.
There it is. Little bird action from Jack Sock. The CJ Klinger Jack Sock duo at the top of the charts, all over the court. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it, folks? Make that 2 for Tyler Loon. Super clean. Yes.
Well, at least one of the forehands is going to grab this one in the middle.
Whoever's there first, go ahead and take it.
The Hustlers take a 13-10 edge, and Loong and DeVilliers, despite a near-perfect start for Jay and Tyler Loong. So, three-point hole. Utah can climb out of it, but what do they need to do in order for that to happen?
It's tough. Jack Sock, CJ Klinger is a tall order. But again, with these conditions, you have to commit to the grind. When you got 4 gentlemen out there with such fast hands, you cannot give them that volley, and you cannot attack into those fast hands. So got to work that point and get gritty with the dinking grind.
New York will continue to serve on the paddle with Jack Sock over to Jay DeVilliers. It's a good response for Logan DeVilliers. Anything can happen in this rally scoring.
Yes. Who knew that Jack Sock and CJ Klinger was going to be such a dynamic duo? I'll tell you who knew, the New York Hustlers. Oh, DeVilliers with the fight.
(12-14).
That's it. That's one of the few answers, is to get into that grind with Jack Sock and hope for the unforced. Slice drop from Loon. Klinger hands. Comes out on top.
Great anticipation too.
15-13.
And great reload for CJ Klinger. And with such length, it's not easy to get that paddle back into position for some of these taller guys.
Yeah.
With longer limbs.
Oh, baby. Ernie look from Klinger and a passing shot dink from Jack Sock. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a close game for that burst of frustration to come out, but get it out of the way and get to the next one.
17-14.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Backhands in the middle. Oh my. Jay DeVilliers makes sure that New York stays in jail.
And the gamesmanship from Jay there opens up the next point a little bit. Are Jack Sock and CJ Klinger going to be able to keep their discipline, continue doing what was working,
15-17.
not fall for the charming Frenchman's trap here?
What was working, in your opinion?
They saw great cross courts, not giving anything up, not initiating until the time was right. The pressure from Jack Sock. Crazy game of pickleball we got here.
16-18.
Wide for Jack Sock, and right back in are the Utah Black Diamonds. Trailing by just one, looking to even out the match series. get that ball down on the reset. So much power on the side of the Hustlers.
Yeah, that proton paddle that CJ Klinger has fits his game very well. He can just hammer the ball with that thing. Hard to read, the lefty-righty, who's gonna hit it? Klinger can't read where that ball's gonna go. Better both than neither when swinging at that ball.
18-19.
Lofty serve. Missed fourth.
A little bit of off speed in that point, Tyler Loon.
There is a correlation there. There is a strength to that lofty serve.
Yeah.
They have to generate their own power. You usually get a little bit of a weak return, which allows you to really do kind of what you want with that third. And point in case, Tyler Loon.
Yeah, such a veteran move by Tyler Loon. And Utah desperately needs a win here. They have come up short this tournament, but in D.C. for New York, it has been an excellent event. Mentioned that win over Carolina to start the tournament. Then they beat the St. Louis Shock on Saturday morning in regulation.
Jeez.
And then they took down the home team in a wild 2.5-hour match that we called yesterday.
Yeah, it's a good one.
With a wild atmosphere. That was in a dream breaker. Now looking to stay undefeated against Utah here today. They also have the Texas Ranchers this afternoon. Wow. So what an outing for the Hustlers.
And with those results for the Hustlers, that's a testament to how monumental this men's doubles win would be right here, right now.
19-19.
This is the first of 2 matches for the Utah Black Diamonds, too. They've got the Dallas Flash at 1:30 p.m. Eastern today over on Grandstand. Everything shifted up an hour. Backhands in the middle for New York. Oh my. Such incredible hand speed from Jack Sock. I don't know how he built himself onto that one.
Survive the hands battle until we can get that ball to CJ Klinger, and of course, puts it away.
21-19.
Uh-oh. A unique shot from Jay.
20-21.
Tie game, Utah ties it at 21 apiece here in game 2.
Picking up about 3 points on the mistakes from Jack Sock there.
Oh my, what a setup. CJ Klinger pocketing the Ernie.
And we've done it. All 4 players have had an Ernie in this game. CJ Klinger there.
And we've done it.
We've done it.
More history made.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm not sure that's history. Little miscommunication there from New York. CJ Klinger crashing to the left.
22-22.
Oh man, dead even.
Uh-oh. Oh, CJ Klinger gets tagged on its way out. Utah recovers their first lead of the game. They've been trailing all the way through. They need 2 points to even it out at 1 game apiece. Long for Jack Sock, and the Utah Black Diamonds earn a very sneaky game point. Their off-speed serve from Loom. Uh-oh. Jack Sock says
Oh,
thank
my
you very
goodness.
much, but it's wide, and Utah evens it out. They came from out of nowhere, Rob Cassidy.
So good. Tyler Loon, Jay DeVilliers, there's no situation they can't get out of no matter where they're on the court. Fantastic recovery to take that game. Huge win for the Utah Black Diamonds.
So each team needs to win the next 2 mixed doubles games in order to win in regulation to collect a fully available 3 standing points in this one. And if we must go to a dream breaker, only 2 points will be available for the winner, so a lot at stake. And if you're the Utah Black Diamonds, that was more than just a win there in men's doubles. That was a morale boost on their side. They lost that one. I don't know how they come back from that.
Yeah, Jay DeVilliers gets that frustration out of his system on what would appear to be, a blast into the net, and just kind of making a statement, the points to follow. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to win matches.
We got Eminem. Palms are sweaty.
Get it, Michelle. Get it.
Whose
Do
palms
not.
are the sweatiest?
Gotcha.
If you had to guess.
Oh, man. I don't know. Brendan Long is
Literally
pretty sweaty.
and figuratively.
Mike Donnellan, he gets pretty sweaty out there. Deckel Bar, generally soaking wet.
I go with Jack Sock.
Jack Sock,
Yeah.
a lot of perspiration from the big man himself.
A lot of perspiration. Okay, so to mixed doubles we go. New York, they won the coin toss, so they obviously chose to react when it came to the mixed doubles combination. So Utah has to play their first mixed doubles combination out first, to which New York will respond to. We'll see what that is.
And it's going to be interesting going into mix because, New York Hustlers, once again, we got the Leah Jansen and the Jackie Kawamoto once again jumping into the equation here.
Yeah.
So just the New York Hustlers just get stronger and stronger with every game.
Well, Jack Sock and Leah Jansen had a marquee win over Anna Bright and Hayden Patriquin in that St. Louis Shock matchup. That was a big boost for them on their side. And they haven't strayed away from these partnerships. After switching it up, in Atlanta they flipped. They had Jackie with Jack, and they had Leah with CJ. But this tournament, this change seems to be a very key adjustment for the New York Hustlers.
Yes.
Why do you think Leah and Jack suit each other well in mixed?
I think they have the same focus, that same competitors focus and energy, and they feed off each other, and they're unfazable, and they both have the talent to back it up. So it's a good mixed doubles team, vicious mixed doubles team. Haven't gotten to see too much from Jay DeVilliers and Alex Strong yet, but looking forward to it.
Strong and DeVilliers are the team that Utah put out first. And I think Utah is mixed and matched with this a bit because obviously Jay and Callie have a lot of experience playing together.
That's true.
For this
That is
one,
true.
it's going to be Alex Strong and Jay DeVilliers. So Callie teaming up with Tyler Loom. That's an interesting switch for Utah. And New York, like the matchup with Leah Jansen and Jack Sock in the mix.
Oh, almost pulled off the teamwork point there. Great coverage from Alex.
1-0.
Yep. And I'm glad you brought it up because otherwise I'd be wondering what's going on. You can definitely see the ankle coming into play with Jay DeVilliers and the mobility. He's normally one of the best movers in the game, everywhere and nowhere.
Has had great results too in singles this year. Made a deep push on his way to rolling that ankle. It was really an unfortunate circumstance there in Atlanta, the Grand Slam event. He was rolling through the singles draw.
Jeez.
No pun intended.
Yeah, on the tour, the singles is important if you want to be grabbing those points to get in those rankings. You'll see all of the top players are the singles players as well, because it's just a whole nother category of scoring points. So Jay committed to it a little bit, and it is tough on the body. Very demanding.
3-2. Line out, point 3. 3-3.
Pop-up chance earned by some patient and aggressive dinking of Alex Strong. Great start for DeVilliers and Chong. The belief is strong now on Utah's side.
Yes.
Jack Sock says, let me play.
Side out, point 4.
And if you're Utah, you don't want Jack Sock to be very involved here, to say the least. Might be obvious, but it's easier said than done.
Nice.
How about these fans here early in Washington, D.C.?
Ah.
Early start time, didn't matter. Unfortunate let cord for Utah. Tie game, 5 apiece.
6-5.
Hey now.
Oh, what a play by Jack Sock, and great ATP defense by Leah Jansen. Keeping the Hustlers alive.
6-6.
Yeah. Beautiful backhand from Jack Sock. Oh, closes it up.
Boy. If Jack Sock gets the backhand and the forehand rolling like that, look out, Utah.
It's that lightning mode from him. When he starts to move like that, he's a dangerous man.
7-6.
Another big play by Jay DeVilliers.
Great
Showing that experience.
Yeah, great spots from Alex Strong. They're starting to work together. This is a nice little team here.
Oh, sneak attack. Alex Strong beats the big man in front of her, Jack Sock. The backhand Ernie, that has to feel good. Against Olympic gold medalist and 4-time Grand Slam champ, Jack Sock. Roll into the net out of the air, and the Utah Black Diamonds looking as sharp as we saw from point number 1.
9-7.
sure.
Oh, just mean. That's bullying from Jack Sock.
And I haven't seen a drop shot like that since Kyle Yates.
Cannon. Dropper.
Most
Since
of the time,
who? Kyle Yates?
Oh yeah, most of the time you have a chance, but shot like that from Jack Sock or Kyle Yates, you ain't getting it.
Oh, crashing Jack Sock drops it right inside the baseline, and it's tied back up at 10 apiece. This is a lot closer than I anticipated this mixed doubles matchup to be, just with the limited mobility of Jay DeVilliers at the moment. How about that play by Leah Jansen right to the chicken wing of Jay DeVilliers.
60% on the ankle, but you know, perhaps the ibuprofen's involved and the adrenaline, of course. I might clock him here at 80% at least. Ooh. Just a hint of lack of readiness for Alex, and Jack Sock smokes it down the sideline.
Check it out right here. Big hold. Let's go. Get it back. 12-10.
New York
13-10, New York.
gets to 13 first on the lethal forehand of Jack Sock. How many times have we said that before? I mean, the velocity of that shot, it looks quick on the screen, but I'm telling you live, that thing is flying past your face.
And I think the Selkirk paddle that he uses really is tuned to his game as well. It arrives light. It does, in my opinion, need some weight around the edge guard, and then you put it right where you want it, and you can really sling that thing around. He's got the hand speed and the power. Jack Sock, so good.
The fact, though, that he's able to still generate so much power with the paddle that doesn't necessarily give you that,
right,
is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, and he does have the signature Selkirk paddle, so you can look for that at selkirk.com, or, of course, Pickleball Central.
So what gives in this one, Rob Cassidy? We saw the men's doubles match kind of linger around the same scoreline. Tyler Leung and Jay DeVilliers found it. So what do you think gives in the final stretch here?
3 points is nothing. You know, it's rally scoring. Anything could happen. This game could go either way, the way Alex Strong and Jay DeVilliers are out here playing this great game. Huge win for either team here. Don't want to play for the Dream Breaker. Want to play to win before that, get those 3 points.
Oh, too high from Leah Jansen. But Jay DeVilliers applying all the pressure. Tough to get out of that situation and to reset it when the velocity is at that pace from Jay.
It seemed like Jay almost kind of missed his spot, and Jack Sock was ready for where he was supposed to be. Good eye for point.
Call was out. Let's have another look if we can. Leah Jansen calling it.
Answer the question.
I'm not sure he saw it.
Just refusing to answer the question.
The New York Hustlers are challenging the outcome.
Oh, okay.
The results of the rally is 15-11. Now proceed video review.
All right. Get to take a look here. We had to start an hour early here in Washington, so we don't have all the bells and whistles for the viewers at home, but we do have our referees taking a look right now to make their assessment.
Thought I saw it out live, but let's have another look here off the let cord and where that ball touches.
It looks plenty out to what I saw, but a little too close to the refs.
I mean, it's out of the frame. I mean, it's out of the, her leg is out and the ball touches out. I thought I saw it out too, but although I think I saw a gap of blue, but always tough to tell. And
you got to be sure if you're overturning that stuff. So inconclusive would mean that the ball or the call stands.
I think there's plenty of blue to see there, though,
Nice.
even though there's a sliver of ball to see between the shots here. Yeah, I still see that one wide. But
I'm going to take a best close. That last, when it goes at that speed, I have starting to see an argument for in, but it's too tough to call, unfortunately. So that's what's going to happen.
$15-11 to score now. New York up by 1.
15-11.
Oh my! Even Jay DeVilliers gives the kudos to Jack Sock on this rip. Yeah, have another look. Watch this third go outside of the body of Jay DeVilliers. Such a low position too. He's able to snap it, Jack Sock.
Yikes. There was potential little toe on the line there from DeVilliers on that volley.
12-16.
Might have gotten away with one there.
It's a great lob. And now a full scramble for Utah. What a play by Jack Sock, reaping the benefits of a very deceptive lob.
Got a lovely tweener here from Jay.
Because if you're Jay, you see Jack loading up in the forehand, you're expecting maybe a speed up, maybe a dink inside out. You're not necessarily, third on the list I would think is a lob there. Great choice. Ooh. Slightly off balance.
It's a wild amount of power generated from hitting that ball way behind his body.
17.
Three-point gap now for New York.
That same gap maintained since the side switch and change in most languages.
This match is running well past the hour mark here so far. 10:09 local time, started at 9. Close games have been indicative of that. But something to consider moving forward. These matches are often running longer than 2 hours.
Even, the temperature out here, it's been hot here in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
and you can expect the points to be a little bit longer.
That's a good point.
Exchanges. If it was 50 degrees out, these points would be a lot quicker.
Because the ball's playing quicker.
Oh, yeah. Even the paddles are a little colder and are a little more lively as well. So cold pickleball is definitely a faster game.
21-15 now on the side of New York. Alex Strong and Jay DeVilliers losing a touch of their magic, but Jack Sock and Leah Jansen, they've been playing great on their side. What do you like the most right now about what you're seeing from Jack and Leah?
Just sticking to the game plan, doing what they do best, playing great pickleball. Jack Sock is very alert out there and intervening when the time is right. So New York Hustlers alive and well. Like this New York team a lot. I'm from New York, Michelle.
I know, that's what you said, upstate, right?
Upstate New York, Rochester, New York.
There you go.
Shout out
Welcome
to the 5'8".
home, Rob.
Thank you. Yeah, the Northeast, baby.
Are
Northeast
you a Hustlers
pickleball.
fan then?
Huge Hustlers fan. Shout out to the Brooklyn Aces as well, but anything New York pickleball, I am all about it.
Who says commentators have to be unbiased? Just
Yeah,
kidding.
I do my best.
I'm kidding.
I also used to play for the Utah Black Diamonds, so I
That's
have a lot
right.
of love for them as well.
You were one of the snubs of this year's draft.
Oh.
Forgot to mention that one yesterday.
Thank you,
Players
Michelle.
available.
Thank you.
Rob Cassidy dedicates his heart and soul to team sports. Still available on the list, right?
Oh, that's right. Playing well. Sean Williams, Paul Valeni, Mike Krenzer,
22-15.
all upstate New York greats.
A little miscue in the middle there on the third. Leah Jansen stepping to the midline to assist Jack Sock on that.
Making big moves. I think there's enough in the scoreboard for him to start making those bold plays. And now it's time to get that ball back.
Nice. Leah Jansen will take the ball back and the point with it. 2 points away for the Hustlers.
It's another example there with Jocelyn DeVilliers using
Going
his reach.
Jocelyn,
Yeah.
the official.
Just using his reach there as opposed to his mobility, which is going to restrict him, again, with that ankle, unfortunately. Oh,
Okay,
for sure.
all day. Jack Sock will take that chance. New York with a game point.
2024, the year of the close.
Close and the lob.
24-16.
And game goes to the New York Hustlers.
25-16, Utah finds themselves once again in a one-game hole to the New York Hustlers. The Hustlers with a chance to take it in regulation here, and now for the Black Diamonds, their only option for standing points is in a dream breaker, and that would be a total of 2 available there. So CJ Klinger and Jackie Kawamoto come out next against Tyler Leung and Callie Jo Smith. The females switching for Utah with their mixed doubles partners. So how do Callie Smith and Tyler Leung come together for this one?
Yeah, minimizing unforced errors is going to get it done. I think that's what it's going to come down to in this match. And I don't see Jackie Kawamoto and CJ Klinger making too many unforced errors. So it's going to be a grindy one. It's going to be a lot of action-packed attacks. But, you know, Jackie Kawamoto, she's all power, she's all skill, all patience. But she makes it look so effortless. There's just no risk in her game. Where do you go?
Yeah, she's been so good all tournament, but one of those quiet anchors on a team, right, where she sneaks up on you in a way because it's not super flashy with the way she plays, but she's so smart. She's able to defensively get you out of it and then capitalizes offensively. Now the role shifts a little bit here in mixed, but she plays women's doubles with a lefty a lot. Jade, her sister, Jade Kawamoto, who is a lefty, plays for the LA Mad Drops at the premier level, who are not here at this event. But obviously different discipline here in mixed doubles. But how does that experience with a lefty perhaps help Jackie in this mixed doubles partnership with CJ Klinger?
I think it's going to come into play very well. Callie Smith might not be as versed, you know, playing with the lefty, but you know, Jackie's been doing it her whole life, so it's going to be great. And CJ Klinger is, you know, no newbie to the game. I'm not sure what year or how old he was when he started playing, but it's definitely more than 7 years deep into the game, and he's only 18 years old. So, yeah, the youthful veteran to the game, CJ Klinger, the new wave of greatness.
A couple of 18-year-olds on display, and 17-year-olds too. You got Georgia Johnson, Annalie Waters, of course. Hayden Patrick Quinn is 18 years old. CJ Klinger is
Wow.
18 years old. Gabe Tardio.
They're taking
around that
over,
age.
baby.
I know. The teeny boppers are coming. And then I think when Jack Sock took a loss yesterday in men's doubles to Hayden Patrickman and Gabe Tardio, he got to avenge that loss in mixed doubles against Hayden Patrickman and Anna Bright. And after that match, he said, "I'm never losing to you teenagers again."
Yeah, I got to teach a kids clinic with Pickleball Cares here in Washington, D.C. just yesterday morning.
Aw.
And first of all, fantastic group of kids. And my
Love
group
that.
specifically had a little 7-year-old who was amazing at the game and had the best attitude.
That's awesome.
So shout out to 7-year-old William Lingo.
Yes.
He is the future of the game. You are going to see him on championship court in the future.
He's got the name for it, too. William
yeah.
Lingo. Are
He
you
had the
kidding me?
style, the skill, the personality. The kid had it all. It was great to meet him and his parents.
That's a name that is destined for fame here on the pickleball scene.
right.
And team in the white, Jackie Kawamoto and CJ Klinger looking to win in regulation here for the Hustlers to keep their slate perfect, unbeaten in this tournament. CJ Klinger comes out big to start. Oh, Tyler
man.
Loon gets one.
Klinger, yeah, Klinger draws his pistol first, but Tyler Loon with the hands wins the showdown.
The lefty men on the right put the ladies, right-handers, on the left of the court. An interesting complexity here. Nice finishing touch by CJ Klinger. So Callie likes playing the left too.
Heck yeah. Power side.
2-1.
Dual alpha situation. Ooh, Klinger brings it to Loon for point. Catches him kind of on with a forehand in the body.
3-1. Side out, point 2.
And the Ernie from Tyler Loon are already restricting Jackie Kawamoto's options, really restricting her to that cross court with Callie.
New York's the one that chose this matchup, remember, so
Okay.
they wanted lefty versus lefty, the men's side.
Nice reset from Callie. Smith the poke.
Oh, it's back.
Side out, point 4.
Perfect setup. Callie is an inch away from some highlight reel plays here.
So close.
4-2.
Ooh,
Side out, point 3.
tap of the tape miss there for CJ Klinger.
Nice. Got Jack Sock over here, switching socks, switching shoes, using the toweling down. You might have been right with the Jack Sock on the sweaty palms.
Gave Leah Jansen a big sweaty hug after one of their wins yesterday. She was not thrilled with that.
Side out, point 6.
Some smiles from the New York Hustler bench on that one.
6-3.
Great defense by Callie Smith. Fended off a couple of BBs. Forcing Jackie Kawamoto to try and do something more with that shot where maybe it wasn't available. Wide for Loon, good pressure from Jackie Kawamoto, takes another point and a 3-point lead. CJ Klinger pounces and a lofty shot in the middle.
8-4.
Ooh, Jackie was there defensively.
Nice
Could've pulled
teamwork.
up.
Yeah, from Callie Smith and Tyler Loon there. Callie Smith getting over there, putting it away. Love to see the cohesiveness.
It's a nice play by Jackie Kawamoto, catching Callie Smith off guard.
9-5. Right out, point 6.
Tyler Loon, Callie Smith, great problem solvers of the game. High IQ, and Callie's always going to bring the fight. Say the same for Tyler Loon.
Oh!
Right out, point 10.
Callie Smith had her favorite shot, the forehand pop-up. Went too big with it, top of the tape.
10-6. Right out, point 7. Seven, 10.
Great play by Tyler Loon, right to the open corner.
Eight, 10.
Point game, Utah looking to push for a dream breaker. Gets another to tie it, 10 apiece. CJ Klinger reaches in. Callie Smith welcomes the pace high to the forehand.
Point of the game here so far, and Tyler Loon has reached that pinnacle mode that you love to see him play at, taking up, 70% of the court, but still covering that sideline with the Ernie threat. It's a tough way to give it up there.
Yeah, 11 points on both sides now. But Loon and Callie Smith finding their rhythm in a must-win situation here for Utah. CJ Klinger is there for the opening. Loon caught with his hand in the cookie jar here, crashing middle
CJ Klinger lives at this mode.
You crash, I crash. Jackie Kawamoto owns the middle now, and a 13-11 end change in favor of the Hustlers.
With
This
a
one
partner
could go
like
either way.
absolutely.
So go ahead.
With a partner like Jackie Kawamoto, you know, Klinger doesn't have to take 80%, 75% of the court. He's at like a nice 65% of the court, you know, covering his sideline, holding it down, but also having some additional pressure on the middle. Jackie Kawamoto taking care of business.
Yeah, and I think that's come with experience in this tournament, because I think we called one of his earlier matches where he was maybe shading over and taking a bit more court than maybe Jackie was wanting, or maybe the team was wanting, and that balance is helping them stay well covered.
Yeah, you want to be proportionate out there. You don't want to have too much overlapping reach. That means there's going to be a hole on the court somewhere else. But they're moving well together here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and Jackie's far from a liability as a female partner, because she's so good defensively. She's so good at regaining the kitchen line for both players, whoever she's playing with. And then she also has that offensive touch too, but she knows when to strike, which is tough to find as a lady in mixed, when to pull the trigger, where to pull the trigger.
And we were lucky enough to have two of them. Jackie Kawamoto and Jade Kawamoto is such an awesome duo, such great girls,
copies.
Great players. Love those two.
Utah climbs back within one.
12-13.
Off-speed pull from CJ Klinger. Loong was frustrated, felt like he was maybe there, couldn't do much more with that. Oh, CJ Klinger comes away with it, forcing Utah back to the baseline. Watch him spread the field. Right to the corner. Backhand side of Callie Smith. Wow. They had to earn that one, did Utah, throwing lightning speed over to Kawamoto's side. She defended nearly all of it.
13-15.
That's really good. CJ Klinger to catch that first one.
Oh, a crashing CJ Klinger is met by quick deflection from Tyler Loong. BYU tennis star right there.
Nice.
Monstrous point for Tyler Loom. So aggressive at the kitchen with all of his dinking. A couple of rolls high to the forehand there of CJ Klinger. You'd think that was maybe the danger zone, but found a way. Beast mode, Tyler Loom pulling this match back within one. Loom ties it at 17. Timeout called by the New York Hustlers. With their chance to close it out in regulation at risk here against the Utah Black Diamonds. The question is, Rob Cassidy, how do you neutralize Tyler Loom with the way he's taking over the match right now?
I mean, how many timeouts do we have? You know, it's so hard to stop that momentum. I do like take a trick out of his playbook, you know, the off-pace serve, things like that, just different things to mix it up to potentially pull him out of that rhythm. But he is so solid right now. Double down on your game, do your best to keep it away from him, and get it to the Callie Smith sideline. Utah Black Diamonds build this team around Tyler Loom.
He was the 4th selection on the team. Atmosphere is rocking here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's been one of the more awesome crowds we've had at an MLP event in a while.
Yes.
It reminds me of year 1, season 1.
I take that back. Tyler Loom was the 3rd selection for the Utah Black Diamonds. Trong was the 4th. New York pulls away by just 1 after the timeout. Big point here. That's so good. CJ Klinger adds another for New York. Oh, great defense by Utah.
It's one way to get to the Loom sideline.
Oh, just too much CJ Klinger though. How did Utah even get back to the line after what CJ Klinger just created there? Timeout called by Utah, but how did they even stay in that point? Impressive. They're going to need more of that to close the gap here.
And it's coming down to a battle of timeouts. You know, momentum halted and taken right back into another timeout. It's going to be an interesting end game here as we're getting closer and closer to 25.
This is the second of 8 regular season events we have on the slate here for Major League Pickleball. We're going all across the country, so we invite you to come to a live event. It's so much fun here in this team atmosphere. We saw so many examples of that too, where Ben Johns gets swept in a Dreambreaker formation against Quang Tuong, goes down 4-0, and then his team carries him to a win. Jack Sock, another example. Dreambreaker setting, 5th deciding game. He's down in the singles, and then his team picks him up. So it's one of the more fun dynamics of this sport. Not the way Utah planned for that timeout to unfold. It's a nice ball by Tyler Loong. Inside out. The original lefty of the sport.
One of them.
Sorry about that, Rob Cassidy. Who started first?
That's a good question.
Oh, Jackie snipes the line.
I learned the game in 5th grade, so I can throw.
All right,
I can play that card.
I stand down.
Dave
Rob
Thomas.
Cassidy,
Dave Thomas,
the
my
original.
gym teacher.
I played
Huge
in
advocate
2000.
of the game of pickleball, and that was in 2001. But really got into the game in 2013.
I first discovered it in 2006 too. It's so fun in gym class. Same
Yeah.
way. Oh, just missing, and Loong and Smith survive it.
Do or die time for the Utah Black Diamonds.
1922.
Counter block to the corner. Back within 2. Utah has been applying the scoreboard pressure all the way through. Here's where it matters most. What do you do after 20?
22.
Oh my, Jackie Kawamoto comes from out of nowhere to close the middle. Look at that dinking clinic she's putting on. Aggressive down the line, cross court to Callie,
Exactly.
hops in the middle.
It was her boldness, her fearlessness in that moment to take it to the Tyler Loong sideline, opening up the court for that opportunity.
Tyler Loong says, we're not giving up yet.
Takes a lefty to beat a lefty. Tyler Loong has done it before. He'll do it again. And oh.
21-23.
Oh, so close. And a big opportunity here for New York. Match point. Chance to win it in regulation. Oh my, Jackie Kawamoto closes it out 25-21. And the New York Hustlers, they remain unbeaten in Washington, D.C.
New York in the house on the East Coast. Fantastic stuff by both teams, but the New York Hustlers reign supreme in that one spot. CJ Klinger, Jack Sock, Leah Jensen, and Jackie Kawamoto, the team to watch.
What a moment for the New York Hustlers. And by the way, happy Father's Day to Tyler Loong, Jay DeVilliers, and Jack Sock, the fathers of the pros on the court. And what a big match for the New York Hustlers, who will be back in action later on today and looking to complete a near-perfect tournament. That's a wrap for our coverage here on our YouTube channel for Center Court. We send you now over to Pickleball TV. Our start time there is at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The St. Louis Shock back in action for this one. Anna Bright and her team looking to avenge a loss actually to Jack Sock's team. So we will catch you over there on Pickleball TV. For Rob Cassidy, I'm Michelle McMahon, and the DC Pickleball team up for the task against St. Louis next over on